pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and before we start with the agenda, we ought to announce the arrival of a new farmer. One without sheep or cattle or pigs or anything. And so if Drew would mind filling us in.
Oh, yeah.
Name, gender,
Yep.
size, well-being of the mother.
So Sophia Dawn Marie Farmer. So she's got the middle names of my mom and my grandma. She came in at 16.9 ounces. I want to say 19
Wait.
inches.
16.9.
Oh, I'm sorry, 16 pounds. No. 6 pounds, 9 ounces.
That sounds
6.9 pounds.
Okay.
We're at the phase where there's lots of screaming at night, so I'm keeping track.
How's the baby doing?
Mom's doing good. Induced Wednesday morning, 7:30. Birth was 5:16 Friday evening. And she managed to avoid any painkillers, so everyone was very impressed at the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's all going good.
Good.
Right on.
I'm already used to sleep deprivation.
Congratulations.
And for her historical knowledge, I would like to now turn to Bobby and ask, when was the last time a commissioner had
Oh.
a baby?
Not the 30 years I've been here.
That's what I thought.
It's be a new experience for everyone.
Okay, well, let's start with item 3A. Mr. Rowley?
I can never tell. Is this on?
Yep.
It sounds like it.
Good
Great.
morning, Mike.
Hi,
Good
Brian.
morning. Let's see, 3A. This is an amendment to our IGA for, let's see, 6 months. It's part of the extenuation of the CFAA. There was a couple amounts that weren't on there, plus a new program that we're starting, the Community Navigator Program for aid and assist clients.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the 12th Amendment to Intergovernmental Agreement 44300-026006 with Oregon Health Authority and authorize Department Head Mike Rowley to DocuSign.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion.
So this does not extend it past the December timeframe, correct?
Correct.
Okay. We've got a lot of
Yeah.
contentious negotiations going still.
Yep,
I'll talk
yep.
about that more later.
But I would note that it is for $334,000, which brings the total up to $7,700,000.
For the entire contract, yeah.
Any further discussion? Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion approved. 3B. Mike?
Yes, our adult team program manager took the job as our new QA manager position, and so we reviewed and revised the job description to better fit what's going on now with the adult program.
Move to approve revised job description for Mental Health Specialist 3 Adult Team Program Manager and approve posting/filing the position retro to October 5th, 2025.
Second.
Discussion. Has it been filled?
The QA manager, this one is open.
Oh, okay.
So we wanted to revise the job description before we posted.
I was curious about the retro on this, how that
Yeah.
works.
I think that was because of the transfer.
All right, further discussion. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion approved. 3C.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. Good to see you. Paul?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Congratulations, Drew.
Thank you.
So this is hopefully the last sizable change order of any kind out there on our pit roof project. During the excavation for the new footings for that new roof, there's a short section, and we did submit pictures with the agenda items, so you should have those so you can see the issue. We had a
I don't think
short
we
section
have
of
any
that
of
old
those.
wall that, well, the whole wall has no footing, and that 1 to 2 foot section, and we had material undermining out of it. Our consultant recommended that we put in a new retaining wall out in front of that. And so this is the perfect opportunity to do something we wanted to do out there anyway, and that is to widen that access road. This wall is on the outside edge of the current access road into the pit. And it's very limited in size, it's very narrow, so we wanted to widen it another couple, 3 feet so that we could get larger things in there for emergency purposes, and also so that we could deal with the next item on the agenda, which is a larger loader. It's not a lot larger, but it is larger. And so, anyway, I'd like to get approval to have Ordell go ahead and do that wall for $159,119.76. Request the board approve and authorize myself to sign the change proposal for that amount.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve and authorize Roadmaster to sign the change proposal request for the new retaining wall driveway widening related to the Beaver Hill Pit Roof Replacement Project with Ordell Construction LLC in the amount not to exceed $159,119.76.
Second?
Have a motion and a second. Discussion.
So the loader clearance going in that existing opening is how much? Like 3 inches?
With the existing loader that we use, those Cat 908s, there's, probably 6 or 8 inches on each side.
Oh,
So it's okay, but we want to go to a little bit larger loader, which is the next agenda item. And
Yeah.
with that one, we'll have more like 1 inch on each side.
uh-huh.
So it's tight. You got to hit it just perfect every time if you wanted to get in there.
You think?
It's doable, but we got to do this wall repair anyway. It makes sense
Right.
to just move it out, and
Does.
so.
I would note, for those here in the audience, that the money will come out of, this increase will also come out of money that solid waste has set aside for the roof replacement and pit improvement. So, further discussion? Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion is approved. 3D.
So, we like to replace our loaders out there occasionally when they start getting higher hours. We did replace one just over a year ago. And the one we bought turns out it didn't have a key feature, which is called ride control. So it rides really rough once you put solid tires on it. It was a Volvo loader. So we ended up auctioning that one off. We just sold it for $50,000 used. And then we'd like to now purchase a slightly larger machine, Hitachi ZW120, for $172,372.88. You'll see on the quote sheet, the quoted price is $163,837.88. The reason why that number is higher is because we would like to get the extended warranty. We want to go ahead and purchase the solid tires with it, as well as a grapple bucket, which is needed out there to handle the garbage, and then a RESPA filtration system just for keeping the cabin air clean and safe for our operators. So it adds about $9,000 to add those items on.
Mr. Chair, move to approve the purchase of new Hitachi ZW120 loader from Columbia Western Machinery for $172,372.88.
Second?
Have a motion, second, discussion. Paul, do you remember how many tons of garbage we're handling through the pit currently?
Through the temporary pit?
No, through the each year.
I don't.
I think it's somewhere around, or 3 million, or.
I don't know off the top of my
It's
head.
a huge increase
It's-
from what it used to be.
It's a lot more than it used to be.
And so I think having this new machine handle it more efficiently will be a real benefit.
Yeah, the bucket on this machine's just a little over twice the size of the Cat 908 loader we've been using. So once we're able, we've been using this machine as a demo a little bit, just to test it out. We actually demoed 3 machines. And for the price, we like this one the best, our operator did. And so once we get a grapple bucket on there, we'll be able to, really tell. But even now, without the grapple, he can put almost twice as much per scoop into a truck. So it's a lot more efficient to move material around.
There's a lot fewer repetitions for the machine, so it should last longer.
Yeah, and when he's loading those trucks, the 908 won't reach the other side. So if they get something a little wonky in the truck when they're loading it, sometimes they're doing weird things to try to get around the other side and try to get something pushed down in the truck. And with this machine, they'll just be able to reach over at the bucket and push it down. So it should be more convenient and save a lot of time.
And again, I would note that solid waste puts aside money to replace their machines. They wear out there. This is coming out of their own budget. Those further discussion. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion approved. 3E.
So our support truck over at the road department, we knew it was kind of headed for major repairs. It has the 6.4 diesel. They're pretty well known for having major engine problems at times. We just had to do a pretty major repair on it. That we took it to Tower Ford. They looked at it. What happens is the bolts that mount the heads to the block break, and we had one that broke. Our mechanic at the shop tried to get it out, and at first couldn't get it. Sent it over to Tower Ford. They looked at it thoroughly, said it's too big a job, and they refused to do it. And so we brought it back. Our other 2 mechanics were able to, with more time, get that bolt out of there and get that repaired. But from everything we know about those engines, it's just a matter of time before the others are breaking, and probably a short time based on what the Ford dealership's telling us. So we'd like to replace that truck before it dies on us in a bad place. And in doing that, we wanted to get a truck that we made sure had at least a 20,000-pound towing capacity, so we get to our skid steer with the grinder and other attachments, as well as our mini excavator with attachments. You'll see on the quotes, we did get a lower price quote from Chevrolet for a 2025 5500. The problem is they will not provide us a towing capacity. They just won't do it. And so, since we don't know what it actually is, we can't really rely on it to be sure it'll tow what we need it to tow. Ford and Ram were willing to provide actual written confirmation of their towing capacity. So anyway, the Ford was the lower cost of the 2. So requesting approval to purchase the 2026 Ford F550 4x4 crew cab work truck from Landmark Ford for $82,473.13.
What do you guess the taxes and fees would be, so we can give you, add in an amount? So you have a total amount not to exceed.
I believe this quote includes,
On here, it said plus taxes and fees.
Oh, does it?
In handwritten.
where are you seeing that?
Right on the requested action on the front.
They may have been put on there after you submitted this.
I'm not seeing that on my copy.
Well, it wouldn't be, probably.
Yeah, I think the quote, well, okay,
It's hiding out
why
there.
don't, I guess in case I'm missing something, why don't we say not to exceed 85,000?
Okay.
I don't think we'll need that, just in case.
Move to approve purchase of 2026 Ford F550 4x4 SD crew cab work truck from Landmark Ford for an amount not to exceed $85,000.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion approved. 3F.
Recently requested quotes for a half-ton work truck, four-wheel drive crew cab work truck. Dick Hanna Chevrolet was the lowest quoter for a Chevy Silverado half-ton at $42,643.54. We'd like to request approval to purchase that truck from them for that amount.
Went up that to 45 for an amount not to exceed.
Yep.
Mr.
Move
Chair, oh, go ahead.
Move to approve purchase of 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 four-wheel drive crew cab work truck from Dick Hanna for an amount not to exceed $45,000.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion.
I guess you didn't need any tow capacity on that one.
No, not really. Not on a half-ton.
No, little joke. Very little.
Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion approved. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Sheriff, item 3G.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Hope for pictures soon.
Yeah.
Love the babies.
Yeah.
All right, 3G. I'm sorry, I got them out of order. This is in regards to the grant. So it's a grant acceptance for Partnership Authority, Department of Transportation, National Highway, NHTSA, and the Public Works Department. In this case, it's reapplying the grant, so 45 hours overtime included for a total grant amount of $72,153. Just requesting the board accept the grant and authorize myself, Melissa Hager, and Captain Sanborn. We have to all sign this thing for the appropriate.
Mr. Chair, move to accept the grant in the amount of $72,153 and authorize Sheriff Fabricio, Melissa Hager, and Captain Sanborn to sign where appropriate.
Sir?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
It's an exciting one, the NHTSA and the ODOT, actually all of this, including the roads department. It's all new, especially the NHTSA, that's new in the state. Captain Sanborn actually, I don't know, you guys probably know this, but was the first one to get that going. So
Oh, wow.
it's really neat that it pays for a full position with all these different positions. It's pretty cool.
Very good.
Part.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
No, sir.
Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion approved. And let's move on to 3I. Where are we here? No,
H.
3H. Sorry.
No problem. So last budget year, we bought a couple vehicles, 3 vehicles. Actually, Cent bought them. That was not to exceed $60,000 each. Unfortunately, we couldn't afford to have them outfitted. And 2 of those, and this is in regards to 2 of them were used by criminal. Captain Sanborn drives one. So we're actually finally looking forward to getting them outfitted this year. They've been driving them without any radios or lights. That's it. Just approve to pay the attached invoices.
Okay. Have a motion.
Mr. Chair, move to approve to pay attached invoices for $6,751.82 and $6,460.44 for a total of $13,212.26.
Sir?
We have a second. Discussion. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion approved.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Good day.
Was out in Lakeside last week, I think it was, and they wanted to send a thank you for keeping the Marine deputy going.
Oh, copy.
It was TLPD group, I forget. It's Major's group.
Oh, yeah. Vader Group? Really? Copy. That's cool. Thank you.
Thanks, Sheriff.
The answer to your question, my business manager was listening to the meeting. It's 24,000 tons of garbage that we hauled out last year.
24,000.
24,000 tons.
Jeez.
Wow. I was thinking it was 1,500
million
tons
What's that?
when I came here. So, nice increase. All right. Madam Treasurer.
What's her name again?
Melissa.
Is this the one? Megan?
That's the one.
So this is our annual resolution to advance taxes and assessments to certain districts. These are the smallest taxing districts in the county levy-wise. And we pay them off at the beginning of the year, so we do not have to send them checks for pennies throughout the year. And we just collect taxes on their behalf.
Move to approve and sign Resolution 25-10-197B.
Second.
Any discussion? Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Megan.
Thanks, Megan.
Okay, let's go to 3J. Darius? Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm doing well, thank you. So I'm here this morning seeking approval to purchase a maintenance agreement for a network monitoring system called the Albert sensor. It is a system that watches the flow of traffic coming in and out. If it identifies anything that it thinks is malicious, it will send an alert to the Center for Information Security. They will review it. If they think it's a low priority, they'll email me an alert and ask me to look into it. If they think it's a high, medium, or high priority, they will actually call me or one of my staff at home and ask us to address it immediately. It was previously paid for by the Secretary of State, but I was notified a couple of months ago that the Secretary of State no longer had budget to pay for it. So the company reached out to me. I negotiated a bit of a discount and let them know that, mid-budget cycle, it's tough to come up with money, and they were gracious enough to give us a bit of a discount.
All right. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve the purchase of CIS Albert SM primary sensor for $11,772.00 and authorize chair to sign.
Second.
A motion and a second. Discussion.
Is Albert in a can?
It's in a computer,
Let him out.
Apparently that's.
but I do remember that.
That's the end of the discussion. Those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Those,
Thank you.
did I say opposed? Those in favor? Now, those opposed, I guess there's none to be opposed. Yep, you made it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Darius. Okay, 3K.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Amy.
Amy, how are you doing?
So Dogami received a FEMA CTP grant to develop a modern landslide inventory of Coos County and identify potential landslide risk reduction strategies. Dogami will execute the mapping of the landslide hazards in Coos County, and DLCD will research whether there are landslide risk reduction strategies commonly recommended by geologists and engineers in Oregon. Coos County staff will use Dogami's and DLCD's results to review and update relevant code sections and assess the need for updating relevant comprehensive plan policies. And DLCD will provide the county with technical assistance of these tests. We're trying to
Mr. Chair, move to accept the interagency agreement for the Coos County Landslide Hazards Mapping CTP project and authorize Jill Rolfe, Planning Director, to sign.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion. This is not a huge grant, it's just $5,000.
Yeah.
Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion approved. You're still up. 3L.
So this is a cooperative agreement between Coos County and the cities of Coos Bay and North Bend to coordinate permitting processes and planning services and share the costs and use of a unified permitting software system and improve customer service, application processing, and staff coordination. So this is for the cloud permit software that
Mr. Chair, move to approve the intergovernmental agreement between Coos County and the cities of Coos Bay and North Bend for share permitting software and delegate signing authority to the department head. Bill Roll.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Question I have, do we know what the remainder is that we're responsible for after North Bend and Coos Bay?
So it's,
I'm just curious.
Well, the contract amount is 63,210.
Okay, there you go.
So you would have to add the aggregate years of their contributions to come up with that number.
It'll sit around 40,000.
Oh. Well, you got
I
26.
think there's a breakdown on the back.
And 16 is,
There's a breakdown on the back page.
Oh,
We don't have that
Oh,
page.
I'll-
so the,
For the first year, 1, 2, and 3.
Unless that's,
so our cost is,
Double what Coos Bay's is, a little more than double
yeah.
Coos Bay's.
It's based off of population.
All right. Good enough, thank you. Further discussion?
No, sir?
Thanks, Amy. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion is approved. And we'll move on to 3M, approval of an IGA with the Oregon Educators Benefit Board. I guess Colton, you're doing this one?
Yeah, this is our IGA with Oregon Educators Benefit Board for health insurance coverage for employees under the AFSCME union and members of the Coos County Prosecuting Attorneys Association. It's a yearly IGA effective 10/1, and we're asking the board to approve the agreement and authorize board chair to sign.
Do we have a motion?
move to approve yearly intergovernmental agreement with Oregon Educators Benefit Board for health insurance coverage for county employees effective October 1st, 2025, and authorize board chair to sign.
Second.
A motion and a second. Discussion?
Sir.
Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion approved. Consent calendar?
Mr. Chair, move approval of the consent calendar as presented.
Second?
Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion approved. There are no late agenda items. Commissioner report.
One late,
We-
late.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Chair, move to hear a late
Late.
agenda item.
Second?
Oh, thank you. What's it about?
Have a vote.
Accessing the Englewood school site.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, aye for that. Now, go ahead.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, a couple weeks ago, the board approved hold harmless and indemnity agreement with Compass Communities Englewood LLC for them to access the Englewood school site property and prepare it for future development. The plan is for us to convey this to the city, who will in turn convey it to a developer for new housing. And it's just a simple matter, really. We went to verify the insurance policy that the developer has. It turns out they're not the insured party that will be doing the work at the site, and so this is just swapping out the developer with the name of the company that will actually be doing the work. So,
All right, thank you. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve amendment to access agreement for the Englewood school site.
Second.
A motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none, those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion approved. You may recall last week we talked about this. This is a land that, a property that, the old Englewood school site that we took back for non-payment of taxes. The property was contaminated by a fire and whatever else was left over there. The city of Coos Bay took on the responsibility of cleaning it up with the intended purpose to be low-cost housing, but the low-cost housing, the developer never showed up and or never got the money to do the work. Another company that was interested in building market housing stepped in and is going to do the work, and there'll be 30 some, originally 30 to 40, I think it's to be closer to 30 homes running around 1,000 square feet each on that property. Should be a nice little development. So, with that, commissioner reports. Anything other than what you've already reported?
No, just the CFAA stuff that's still going on. Because we can't talk outside of these meetings, really, public meeting law, just to kind of make everyone aware. Negotiations have stalled out with the state around the CFAA agreements.
Better tell us what CFA is.
Sorry, that's the mental health agreement where the state funds us for certain mental health services. The state's negotiations went to the point where they did not want to include in the contract something that has always been there, which is subject to availability of funds. They want us to take the overflow from the state hospital. They're asserting that's not the case, but when they want us to prioritize the category of individuals being released from the state hospital prematurely, that is what they're asking for. They're now non-responsive in negotiations. They are refusing to add that. They're refusing to basically indemnify counties against the liability that's currently costing the state $40,000 a week because they're not meeting their obligations with the hospital. So from the standpoint of the counties, we currently have rural and metro unified around not signing this. Oregon Health Authority is going backdoor to individual commissioners to try and pressure them into signing an agreement. However, the last time they did this, opposition went from 21 of 36 counties to 30 of 36 counties. They're threatening to contract around counties for mental health services. However, it's hard to imagine any private company is going to want to take a contract where they are fully liable for the state's actions. And it echoes the plan they put forward in 2004 that they didn't follow through with, essentially. They downsized the state hospital with the promise they would invest in communities, and then they did not invest in communities, but they downsized the state hospital, resulting in what we've got. So the deadline they're giving counties, from what I'm hearing, is November 7th of this year to sign. We did get them to move away from a 6-year contract to an 18-month contract like they've all been. They wanted a 6-year contract so we couldn't get out of the liability. I've got a meeting with some of the folks at the state October 27th, but if they call prematurely, I'd appreciate if they get sent to me to share thoughts and opinions. And what's probably going to happen, I think, is the Association of Counties has talked about, we have a red line copy that includes what we want that the state is refusing to discuss now. There may be an ask that counties sign that red line agreement, provide it to the state, and then basically force them to discuss it because they've become non-responsive.
Interesting. Thank you for that.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Well, Mr. Chair, reduction of state funding to the counties seems to be the theme of commissioner comments today.
Yeah.
Last week, I was on a conference with the Oregon Judicial Improvement Task Force. That's not exactly the right lexicon, but it's basically the task force that deals with upgrades and maintenance to county court facilities and the state's responsibility toward those expenses, considering the fact that the state occupies half of our courthouse, more or less. And in fact, what the state is now pushing for is a reduction of certain categories of that spending, reverting those costs back to the counties. They seem to be completely oblivious to the fact that their policies, their unfunded mandates, are largely responsible for the fiscal challenges that the counties are up against, ours included. And our county was noted as one of the ones particularly at risk. And so it continues. The occupants of the Nut House in Salem have no clue. And they seem hell-bent on damaging rural counties to the benefit of the metropolitan counties. And at some point, Mr. Chair, something's got to give, and I don't know what it is. But that's what we're seeing every single time. Everything that comes down the pike is intended or designed or by happenstance, it further cripples the counties and empowers the state. That's all I have.
On that merry note,
I also have a new baby, if that cheers anyone up.
we already talked about that. It's precocious. It already rolled over. He has
Good news
reported.
worth repeating.
Yes.
We are going to have some very difficult discussions, I am sure, this budget season. I don't know quite what our deficit will be, but it's not going to be pleasant. I think Rod brings up a very important point that with things like measures 5 and 40, which
5 and 50.
5 and 50, which limit the growth in revenues, but it doesn't limit the growth in expenses. It's difficult. You have to remember the state legislature took away property tax revenue in the form of timber severance taxes quite a few years ago. It was a replacement for an ad valorem tax on timber, and so although they didn't take away an ad valorem tax, they took away the money that was meant to replace that and to stay with the counties. It's very difficult, and I think we have some difficult decisions to make this year. I don't see any new sources of revenue that will be available in time for the next fiscal year. Our citizens have told us pretty loudly and clearly that they're not ready to provide more property taxes. There's just one very, very unpleasant possibility left, it seems. Hopefully we'll figure something out, but I don't know what it would be. And that will be headcount reduction to balance our budget. So I think we ought to be prepared for that. I think all the department heads should know that just because they have some money that in their budget to spend this year, we ought to start saving as much as we can right now so that we have the highest possible beginning balance going into next year. Anyone else that has any ideas for saving or saving expenses or generating revenue? We need to talk about them. So with that bleak message, hopefully someone in the audience, one of the citizens, will have something nicer to talk about. Bobby, we don't have to get that. Does anyone want to have anything to say? David? Eldon? I guess not. So, anything more for the good of the order? We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.